Tetralogical.
Accessible building blocks for web, form fields. Form fields are a vital component of many websites. They allow people to enter information and complete key tasks. However, if not designed and coded with accessibility in mind, they can pose serious barriers to many people, including people with cognitive disabilities and people using screen readers. So, what makes form fields easy to understand and fill in for everyone? Clear labels and error messages, well-planned label positioning, good use of color, and properly associated HTML elements are all key to accessible form fields.
Language. Help people enter the correct information in form fields by writing clear and descriptive form labels, such as full name including middle name for a field requiring a person's full legal name. Clearly identify required fields. For example, on this form, the text required is at the end of the labels for the two input fields, as both fields must be filled in. For less familiar or complex forms, it may be useful to provide additional instructions. For instance, not all people may know where to find their national insurance number. As shown here, the instruction, "It's on your national insurance card, benefit letter, payslip or P60 followed by example data," may prove useful to many. Always use a persistent text label for each form field. Placeholder text disappears when someone starts typing, so it should never be used as a substitute for a label. Finally, if people enter incorrect information, explain the error clearly and simply, and offer guidance on how to fix it. In this form, when a policy number in an incorrect format is entered, the error message, "This doesn't look right. Your policy number starts with EGA or AGL, followed by 6 numbers," is displayed above the field.
Visual design. When designing forms, place labels where people expect to find them. Labels are usually above input fields and combo boxes, and to the right of radio buttons and checkboxes. Keeping labels close to their fields helps everyone, especially people enlarging the content. Also, carefully plan how to use color in your forms. Never use color alone to identify fields that are required or in error. In this form, the field in error is identified by a red border and a red label, as well as an exclamation mark icon and a text error message above the field. This makes it easy for everyone to recognize there is an error. And make it easy for all to see form fields by giving their border a color that has a good contrast with the adjacent colors, at least 3:1. In this example from the Tetralogical website, the gray border of the input fields has a contrast ratio of 8.9:1 with the light violet background.
Implementation. By using HTML native controls such as input, text area, select, and so on, you can easily create form fields that are keyboard accessible and are recognized as expected by screen readers. Next, you should ensure that form fields and labels are correctly associated in the code. A simple way to do so is using the ID and 4 attributes. This ensures that the right label for each form field is announced by screen readers. It also allows people with limited dexterity to select a field by clicking on its label, and people using voice commands to select it by reading out the label.
In summary, by writing clear labels and error messages, choosing label placement with care, making good use of color, and associating fields with their labels at code level, you can create forms that everyone can fill in with ease. To learn more, visit tetralogical.com.